Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, Lucci. What's up, Jay?
What's up?
A whole lot of shit is up, as it turns out.
Apparently,
Yes, he would be referring to the ever-present gap up that we see what seems to be every fucking day.
Every
Um,
fucking day.
Nano here's been watching the Aussie Open all night. What time is it where you are?
Just know what
I
the
think
U.S. says.
I just can't. I stopped, man. I stopped trying, man, because I want to catch them live. I gotta catch some replays.
Like check companies.
You know what? Let's see the scores. What's going on over here? Let's see this draw. Before we get into this, let's see what's going on here. I know Novak went 4 sets with this guy, Fritz. Sinner won against Rublev. All right. Medvedev won 5 sets.
I fell asleep.
Wow. Alcaraz. Wait, no, he's playing right now. Oh, shit. Carlos is playing right now.
That's on right now. Okay.
Whoa. Zverev took 2 sets on him. Oh, and he's about to take the 4th set. Oh, shit. Oh, that's a big upset. Yo, I bet the odds for that. You would have gotten paid. You would have gotten paid for that upset. All right. All right. Let's get over to the markets here. As you can see, we have our eyes set on the big boy here. Netflix came out with earnings, and supposedly their subscriber numbers are now some whopping 260 million fucking people. I was thinking about this stat, guys. I mean, there's 8 billion people in the world. You're telling me 260 million motherfuckers have a Netflix account, bro? It's kind of crazy. Shit's kind of
yeah.
crazy. I bet Jesus doesn't have a Netflix account. Do you
I
have a
was just
Netflix
gonna
account?
say they finally got me.
They got
Um,
you. They
yeah.
got me.
Well, actually, my daughter got me, but yeah, they got me. Like I started watching some shit on Netflix. I don't, I stopped watching like cable a long time ago. Besides like Bowl Game and Bloomberg, but now here and there I'll pop on a movie Netflix. So yeah,
Wow. Wow. So yeah, there you go. Jesus was
there we
one
go.
of
That was the
the
sign right there, right?
260 million subscribers. The options here, you know, it's like the options here, the 550s close at about $5. The 540s close at about like five and change, I want to say. So I don't know who actually gets. I don't know who actually gets paid here. If you went a little bit in the money, you're definitely getting paid here a decent bit. But if you went too far out, you ain't getting paid here. Remember, it is Wednesday, so you still got a couple of days left, and it's still very possible that this thing runs off the open as well and goes even fucking higher, man. And it's similar to an Nvidia play, which, by the way, if you look at Nvidia, it is now through $600, up a couple points through $600. Everything is gapping up here, including banks and oil. So if you look at Bank of America here, $33. If you look at XOM, remember we were looking at this from 97, and it's trading about 98 and a half thus far. So you got to bounce even in the oil names. Um, let's see what else had some earnings here. We got AT&T, DuPont here, shares of Texas Instruments, and that's a chip one. So let's see what the reaction here is on Texas Instruments. Not that positive here. This might be a dip buy considering how ridiculously strong the semiconductors are. You had eBay here. I think it's firing some people. ISRG. I never really looked at that one. And then you got Tesla here for tonight, right? So Tesla's going to report tonight, which would make today pretty complicated. Las Vegas Sands is tonight as well. And if you take a look at casinos here, casinos are also gapping up as well. So again, you have a whole broad market gap up again, and more of the same similar type of price action here. Let's kick it over to Wall Street Jesus for some noteworthy activity.
All right, again, nothing new. Same old theme out there. Netflix, usually the first one to get off sets a positive tone. You get some scrambling, at least off the open, into some of the big guys, right? Everyone who missed, let's say, Netflix wants to be a part of when the big guys report and make some money. So you got kind of that going on. Again, you're going to have earnings dictate the pace here, right? And at least for, well, you got the Fed next week, and then you got Yellen, I think, the week after that. Those are the two big things, right? Those are the two big things that really will make a dent. Earnings will be more initial reaction because you had such a run up in a lot of these things. Um, a couple of new things that I saw this morning worth sharing. Two things. Again, just in case people don't believe me, they don't like to hear it. Is my screen showing here? Uh-oh. What happened? Hold on. Trying to load the Steamroom page. Uh-huh. Okay. Um, that's not it. Hold on a second. Okay. I talk a lot about when you get into earnings season where everything is an earnings play right now. Even if the company is reporting or not, it falls under the earnings positioning and hedging umbrella. Goldman has a piece out today. Usually they give tactical trades, option trades every week, to sort of look at. They're talking about stock replacement, right? Because that's a real common theme right now. You have stocks that have run up so much. The options are cheap enough in relation to the principal you'll have at risk going into earnings that there's a lot of stock replacement going on. Okay, in simple English, those of you out there who it sounds Yiddish to, if I own 100,000 shares of NVIDIA and I'm worried about sell on the news off earnings or Apple disappointing and hurting NVIDIA, whatever the case may be, and I still want some exposure, I can sell a chunk of equity in NVIDIA and replace it with calls, right? And it takes a lot of that principal risk out of the equation. So we're seeing a lot of that. And that's why I tell everybody, especially in the room, any big orders you see, please relax. Take them with a grain of salt. They probably mean nothing, right? Especially in the more active names. You shouldn't get excited off one order, but especially now. So I think it's just a good reminder what we're dealing with here. And this is really interesting. This was out of Morgan Stanley, their prime brokerage. So this is hedge fund flows and positioning out of Morgan Stanley. We'll look at usually the Goldman prime book a lot. This is a chart showing TMT. So that's tech, media, telecom, right? That's that new sector abbreviation. X Magnificent Seven. So everything outside of Magnificent Seven in that tech telecom group showing the long short ratio for hedge funds. And you could see they own Gats Angul over there, right? No interest, no exposure into anything outside the Magnificent Seven. So for good reason, though. There's been a reason. Hedge funds aren't stupid people, smartest minds on the street, whether you try to troll them or not. They know the game. Doesn't mean they make money all the time, but reason being is kind of what we've been talking about. The earnings, the profitability and growth has really not been much of anywhere, right? It's been in those big names. We're starting to see it trickle down into other things, other large cap names, very little mid cap stuff, but we're starting to see it trickle down. But the growth is just not there, hasn't been there outside the Magnificent Seven. And that's why these guys really don't want to build much of a long book in anything outside of those 7 names. So, but just interesting to see if we do continue to see growth broaden out a bit. You got a lot of buying, right? A lot of scrambling for exposure that needs to be done. So interesting to watch off earnings, especially some of these names when they report. But here's a good point too, just in case I know I'm jumping around a little bit. Perfect example of what's been going on. Take a look at Texas Instruments, okay?
Right.
Semiconductor. Take a look at NVIDIA, AMD, semiconductor. Everybody assumes they're the same. They're not.
Yeah,
And
they're not.
NVIDIA, AMD, they're more into that secular growth AI story. And Texas Instruments is more economically sensitive, cyclical, right? That sort of thing. Two different worlds, right? One's red hot. The other one is caught in a web of chop for like 2 straight years now. And lo and behold, Texas Instruments report disappointed. And for the stock to be down in this market, considering how much it's underperformed, it was a shithole of a quarter. But there may be some buying that comes in, considering that a lot of the weakness has been priced in. So just an interesting thing to pay attention to this earnings season.
And by the way, all this information that Jesus collects here in the mornings, afternoons, all of it, it is all at your disposal inside the steam room. He'll give tons of morning updates here at friggin' 6:30, 7 o'clock in the friggin' morning. And all that is available for you inside the steam room here. Let's take some comments here. What are you guys up to? It's pretty active chat here this morning. John Smith's got a couple of ideas here. Nano was talking about the Shopify. Shopify is interesting because it hasn't really broken out yet. Make that next leg, so you could say it's getting ready for $85. So if they really take this thing, higher, or could. Some people talking about that DWAC. DWAC hit $60 again, and then faded back to 43. So this got a wide range, man, and the locates are pretty cheap too. So take a look at those as well. What else you guys got? Nano here is talking about a BA short potential. Good luck with that. Fucking hate that thing. You got Disney here up a little bit off the Netflix news. William Struck is talking about that Avgo, which is up about 10 points here pre-market. No surprise there. And GP Raber is talking about metals and silvers. Other than that, here, what are you guys taking a look at? And then Ronchero, what's on your mind this morning?
So kind of leading back to what Jay was talking about, stock replacement. If you guys have an interest in what is stock replacement, how do we do that? That's actually something we teach you guys how to do. I was trained by a market maker, and we teach you a very solid and sound way to go about stock replacement. I'm looking at Netflix. I am looking at LMT. We had a nice short on yesterday. I want to see if that potentially continues. We've got a bunch of crazy upgrades here this morning. I think Microsoft can run 405, 410, maybe even 415 if it gets stupid. We got Snow up $5 in the pre. You got AMD with upgrade, Netflix upgrade, Amazon upgrade, Netflix. They just keep raising the target on this thing. So there's a lot of stuff here. Even if you're missing like the big names, just spend a little time looking around. There's money to be made here this morning and throughout, I think, the rest of the week until we get into those numbers that Jay was talking about next week. I still think there's plenty of air to go into this balloon.
We got Malandrino here talking about ASML. You guys see this thing?
That's a nice semiconductor.
There's a perfect example.
I mean, look at this. Look at the gap up on this. It's like a 40-point gap up here.
Yep.
I mean,
there.
This is super illiquid, but damn. That snow was moving yesterday. Did it continue? Oh, it hit 215 this morning.
Yep.
Holy, what a breakout trade.
Yep.
I mean, crushed 200. Did it come out with earnings this morning, or it's just up?
Wow. No, earnings are not until February 29.
Wow, what an incredible move here. John Smith's talking about PayPal. PayPal, obviously, it's been on quite the run here. Had a bit of a dip the other day, and it's now starting to come back. Wouldn't be surprised for this thing to hit the fresh highs there. Moral of the story. It's the most bullish time
Still going, huh? That's all.
Of the year.
I mean,
By the way,
Amazon-
China too. China, we talked about it yesterday, helping the markets out overnight. They injected liquidity, so they're finally. A lot of people think they're not doing enough, but they capitulated and started to rig the game a little bit over there. So China was strong the last couple days, likely continuing today, and that thing's been demolished, that whole entire market. So
Indeed. Yeah, man, everything is up here this morning. Let's see how we trade and where the juice goes here off the open. We got a minute left, so we are open now. I'm going to be looking at this Netflix off the open and see what happens. Let's take a look at the options here on Netflix and see who's friggin' making money out here. All right, let's take a look. The 550s Let's take a look at the 550s and the 540s. The 540s, they open up at $9. They did open up at $9, which is a fucking hefty gap up. The 550s, they open up a little bit. Opened up a little bit. Apple 196 should have held that fucking swing. Jesus. Good Lord. I'm just going to watch some tape here on the Netflix for the most part here. That AMD is up nicely there as well. Wow. Apple. Nice move. Nice move on Apple. 196 there. Call them out here, guys, and see if we can get something cooking here. Netflix back over 540. The let's pull up the 550 options just to kind of mess around and watch these things. Trading 540 by 580. Remember, the spreads are insane here, so it's more ideal to wait a little bit off the open. Remember, SPY is still up 25 fucking handles. Natalia, what's the CM there? Oh, man. Pero no lo tuvimos ayer. Unbelievable.
Hey, Kelman, are you in your Amazon calls from yesterday? Is Amazon looking a little spicy with a nice price target upgrade?
This Apple, guys, take a look at this Apple. This Apple is on fucking fire here, man. Take a look at this thing. 196 and a quarter.
Nice.
196 and a quarter. What a fucking swing. What a fucking swing. AMD kind of pulling back here, but again, I don't think anybody gives a shit. If you look at the Goldman Sachs now up 2 points. Remember, it was trading pretty weak yesterday. Banks here all looking pretty good. Take a look at oil. Oil's just kind of blah. Let's go back to the Netflix here. 541. The option trading about 550 on the 550 call. $580 now as it goes through 542. I mean, look for these dip buys again. John Smith is, that's his calling card there. Look for some dip buys on the right names here. Netflix here, 550 calls are starting to move here. 6 bid now. 6 bid. Six bid, almost 670 bid now. So we are back to highs on 550. Oh, that's almost a $7 option. That was a nice one. Goes up another 5 here. Netflix, that's fresh highs. These options are gone now. That was a nice one. That was a nice one. 860. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You know what you could do? You could just sell some puts here. I mean, you're selling the 530s here, and you're making a bit of money there. Or wait for a decent dip here, and then see if you can shoot one off. Check out Eli Lilly. Trading 640 on the Eli Lilly. Jesus, I think you reverted back to your original crappy audio.
Oh, mine? No, I think it changes every time I use something else.
Mm-hmm.
We had trouble with it on the Sunday webinar. There was no audio. Every time I use something different, Riverside, Dreamcast, whatever cast
Yep.
you guys have. You
Yeah, it
understand?
happened to me yesterday. $9 option on that Netflix call.
Because I hear you out of my headset. Right now, maybe my audio I gotta adjust on the whatever website we're on right now.
I mean, now you're looking for pullbacks on this Netflix, but shit. 549 here almost crashed through. Some seller dropped down to about the half here. Let's see if we get some kind of a dip that maybe we could buy. Nano is saying watching dips on AMD and Microsoft. You kind of have a dip on Apple here. Maybe you want to take that one. Okay. 548.5 seems to be a little bit of a wall here for Netflix. The options, though, don't give a shit. They don't give a rat's ass here. Still trading around $9. SPY looks fine. SPY looks absolutely fine to me. And in reality, I can't see a world where we don't go higher. What is SPX trading? 48.91. Remember, Silvers has his 5,000 SPX calls. I wonder how he's doing on those. 4,900 calls for today are going for $4.50. Here comes Netflix at 549. I missed that one entry here, so I'm not going to chase it. But I do have the option queued up, the 550 calls queued up for possible dumps. I like the idea of selling puts all fucking day here.
International growth is a change from what they saw in the past.
John Smith is saying AMD you have 3/10 so far in size. Somebody's calling out that CCJ. How's the flow looking here this morning?
Yep. I was fooling around to see if I could get it. I can't get it. The flow, the same shit. You know, you got a little protection and a few things. Earnings, Tesla, nothing really too interesting. OVV, nice size, but I think that's an oil name. Amazon, some bull flow. Yeah, OVV is an energy name or a nice looking, but it does catch your name.
551 now on the Netflix here. $10 bid. This shit is gone. Anybody looking for the pullbacks now, you ain't gonna find it here. Apple here dumping a bit off the open, or sorry, off that rep. For the ultimate. 552. Anybody watching this? This is fucking $11. Look at this option, guys. This one on the right here, 11 fucking dollars here. And that's from a $5 contract that we were watching. $5, ladies and gents. You're going to get a big dip buy at some point today on this, though. You're going to get a big dip buy at some point today on this. You already got about two so far.
That ASML, the buying we saw early last week, rolling as they should into the strength. Huge move from last week. Forget about it.
John Smith's talking about the Apple. Yeah, that one's having a tough time out of it. Netflix is out the motherfucking park, man. $12 bid now on this option. Incredible. That was your trade for the morning. If you hit that, you're done for the day. You're done for the day. Bank's still moving higher. So it looks fine. Nuts, man. Still hitting highs here. $13 bid now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Is anybody in this?
Victor Hughes on the call saying I expect no meaningful recovery in North America activity during the first half of 2024.
What the fuck? By the way, every 5 points, you're only making like $2-3 on this option, by the way. So you need a 5-point move. That's now how much IV is in this shit.
And that's
Keep
post
that in.
earnings. Can you imagine some of these
post.
names pre-earnings with all that junked up IV? Forget it. These things are gonna. You need big moves for it to be worth it.
I mean, this is incredible here. Netflix selling half at 558. Nice job, Tim. Nice job. Again, if you hit that trade, you're done for the day here. You are done for the day here if you hit that trade. You can tell Apple's kind of trash. SPY coming in a little bit. Yes, Tesla does report after the close today. That Eli Lilly's still kind of moving. All right, so you got a small Netflix dip. Remember, now you're only going to make, for every 5 points, you're only going to make like $2 to $3. On top of that, you have to deal with a spread of about 50 cents. So think about this. Think about this. Before you shoot, think about it. You know?
That's like laying 2 touchdowns in football minus 160. Beijing goes all in.
To launch a nutritional drink for GLP-1 users this year. Bravo, take it.
The Apple here is still kind of coming in. You got Goldman Sachs and banks here actually trading okay. Ron Chair, what do you got over there?
I'm waiting to see if we can get any kind of a pullback. See if they can burn off some IV in some of this stuff because I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, once we get through like the first first hour, and that opening bell frenzy dies down, things will settle in.
The right decision, and the SP manufacturing and services PMIs for January in just a few seconds. Canada keeps rates on hold at expected at 5%. Manufacturing PMI at 50.3 for the U.S., above 47.6. Expected services at 52.9 versus 51.5. expectation composite at 52.3 versus 51 expected.
So what is that? That's ISM right there?
No, that's Canada rates.
I don't know what the hell that's all about. The
Our
Apple
economic
is
data didn't come out yet.
Apple is
Oh, wait,
interesting.
no, you're right. PMI just came out. My bad.
Yeah.
Dip on Apple there.
Yeah. You could yeah. Some program activity. That dip on Netflix too worked out a little bit there. But again, you ain't getting rich after if you missed the move, I should say.
Canada's shelter services.
And you have the Bank of Canada. So you got a few different things going on at once here.
Enact as a significant inflation to target. Inflation's even around 3% over the first half of this year. He's at 2.5% in the second half of this year. Then return to 2% target next year. The Bank of Canada. That Canadian growth likely remain close to zero through the first quarter of the year. Gradually strengthen around the middle of the year.
Bruce is saying Meta just hit a new all-time high. Old Zuckerberg comes out unscathed.
Chilling in his bunker.
Chilling in his bunker.
Waiting for shit to unravel.
After losing $6 billion on the metaverse.
Yeah.
He's chilling in Hawaii.
That's where the
He don't
bunker
give-
is in Hawaii, isn't it?
He don't give a fuck.
We don't care.
Feeding his cows some kind of fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, what's he feeding them? He's feeding them.
I don't know. He's a fucking crazy man.
Let's take a look at the Netflix here. Netflix here, you can kind of see it stalled out a little bit, just a little bit.
VIX, what do you got? Not really, still red. Not really much life there, but VIX sellers look like they're a little tired. So we'll see if they ran out of gas a little bit. I mean, they've been nonstop for the past 2 days, literally like a machine all day long.
Machine.
Man, I'm fucking tired. Again, I might take a nap right here. Barbershop window is saying Meta will tank after earnings. Timestamp this. Oh boy, we're going for the
Okay.
timestamp.
Remember his name, so we'll remember his name, so we could have a parade.
Barbershop window.
Barbershop window. Okay, hold on, let me write it down on this piece of toilet paper that I'm gonna wipe my ass with and write it down. Broadcast.
Warrior Eddie. Shout out to Warrior Eddie. He bought the February 515 calls. He's selling them at 52 from $15.30. Game ball here goes to Warrior Eddie. I would be done with the day here, Eddie. I'd be done with the day completely. Nicholas here is saying, while day trading can be fun, just buying some of these stocks and going to the beach seems like not a bad plan. As long as you can hit the trend, man. As long as you can hit the trend. Sometimes we don't trend and you try to swing shit. Man, you get your fucking clocks clean that way too.
Yeah, you see how that's becoming a habit, and they're gonna catch them all, and they're gonna catch them hard. But we're not there yet.
We ain't there yet.
We're not there yet.
NVIDIA here, 605. So folks calling out the NVIDIA here because the recent break here. If you take a look at AMD, also looking pretty strong too. So still getting rotation to tech names, all fine. Just not Apple and not, I would say, Google and not Amazon. So it is very isolated to the semis.
The Canadian dollar in the wake of the Bank of Canada announcement and statement.
Ranchero, you seeing anything good on that Netflix? You seeing some IV come out?
I kind of turned my attention back over to Lockheed because I think it's about to shit the fucking bed again.
Lockheed, huh? Lockheed Martin, huh? Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that took a big poop yesterday.
Was that off earnings? The LMT
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yep.
Wow. What do the options look like on that one, Ranchero?
They're slow.
Yeah.
I'm starting to work my way into these 435s for this week. We're trying to.
Somebody calling out AMD is officially at new all-time high. Is it? I thought it hit this in the pre-market. Oh, it hit it in the pre-market, but I guess it didn't.
20 minutes or so into the trading session, and now at 60 points. The S&P at 48.87, up about 22 handles. The Nasdaq Composite up 112. Russell 2000 up 0.75%. Bond yields are lower, but moving away from the lows.
Yeah, I mean, this Dow might end up going red. It's all about the NASDAQ. I saw a couple cyclical names that were down significantly this morning.
This
Texas
move on it.
Instruments, DD, Dow DuPont getting killed. Hit up that one, DD.
DD DuPont. This move on Nvidia looks fucking strange to me. It usually doesn't just. Well, then again, what am I thinking, right?
What are you talking about? Short?
Yeah, like no, it just ripped 10 points straight, and like really quickly while the market's not doing anything.
Why is this loading?
Keep an eye on those Netflix options. I think Netflix just went back to fresh highs. Yes, it did. Yes, it certainly did. Short-term trading is talking about the call wall moved up on the Nvidia here. Let's take a look at the call wall here on some of our.
Speaking of NVIDIA, you got a small weekly, weekly 600 sweep there, NVIDIA. Puts.
Let's take a look at our tool here and pull up some interesting activity. NVIDIA here is the first one that we want to take a look at. It is trading 608 here. All right, so it did break the call wall at 605, moved up. So now we got another call wall here at 610. Let's see how it acts at 610. Let's take a look at SPX here too. SPX is just kind of dead. And then Microsoft, we already know where those are doing. I don't know, man. I feel like throwing a flyer out on some fucking puts on NVIDIA. It sounds insane, though, doesn't it? I'm not going to do it. Ronchero, how's the how's the flow looking this morning?
Nah, nothing going on. Same shit. All earnings shit. Nothing much of any spec or momentum type action either. It just looks like earnings, positioning, and hedging so far. Yeah, best looking earnings bet, probably in that OVV energy name.
OVV. Yeah, I think you got
That's
it.
another cyclical here, seeing a little put action. I think they didn't report yet though. Dow, no, they report pre-earnings tomorrow. It's another cyclical name like that. DD.
Katie here is in the house. What's going on, Katie? He feels the same way on the put flyer here for that.
Oh, Chris Katie.
Yeah, Chris Katie.
I thought it was a female Katie. What's up, Mr. Katie?
Bruce talking about that MU. Where is that MU? Is it over 90 yet? That is a laggard. It's 100% a laggard.
Mara, some puts for the week. 16 and a half. Is that the money? What's Bitcoin doing?
Bitcoin is it did get back over 40,000 last night. It is now trading at around 40,000 basically. Not doing much now. You're listening to Trade the News.
Amazon, some more earnings, positioning bullish.
There goes NVIDIA.
Fresh highs, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pushing through the
Market looks-
resistance at 610.
Market
I
looks
can get
decent here,
filled.
too.
Chris, what are you trading?
He just trades ES, right?
Man,
He don't trade names at all, does he?
No, I don't think so, but I'm just curious. Like, what's he got going?
Excuse me. Fucking cold. I wake up, I gotta clear my throat fucking for an hour every morning. SMCI opening bet.
Chris, I know ES, but like, what do you got? You've been skiing. Nice. Where are you skiing at, Chris?
we've been skiing. Nice. Microsoft over 402. Yeah. I added another one lot on some SPX calls.
Car. You have
But
cars
again-
in Puerto Rico, Lucci? Or not yet?
What do you mean?
Not yet, right?
Do I have cars?
Are there cars yet? Or it's still the donkey pulls the wagon?
Wow. What do you think? I'm in Cuba, bro? I'm on a live stream with you right now, bro. Asking me if there's cars here?
So,
I didn't
Fucking
know.
New,
British
Whoa.
Columbia. I didn't know that.
fucking New Yorkers, man.
Tesla line changes? What do you mean line changes, Jonathan? OI changes or lines this morning? You kind of mixed the two there. OI? I did post them this morning. I don't know if you caught them, but here, if you're talking about OI change. Some of the China ETFs are seeing some chasing, gaining to strength. I wouldn't give it too much credence. I'm sure there's going to be a pullback. If you see them buying into a pullback and you're interested, that's the way to go.
Carter here saying coin continuous sell off. Really? I can't imagine it's that strong though. Wow.
This Bitcoin thing. This Bitcoin really is just fascinating here. Fascinating. They sold $4 million worth of the weekly put. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. But, more than likely stock replacement. Right? That was kind of what I was talking about pre-market this morning.
Your Netflix here, you ain't making shit. If you're over trading this right now, it ain't the move. You got a widespread, really widespread, and you got much less explosive activity.
We see a lot of put selling earnings. PayPal quote a big put seller. You see a lot of it, Jonathan, especially after a move in the market like this. Now, if you see, those are short term though. But if you see a put seller like that post earnings, that's a different story if you like it. That's a good sign. That dude's trying to call a bottom.
A little Microsoft
Also-
here looking for this push above the first Sigma at 402.46. I'm filled on the 405s at $1.70.
Nice.
25 lot starter. We'll see. We'll see if it pushes or not.
Yeah. Small caps, tough. Again, it just, right? It's like talking out of two sides of the mouth with liquidity in that shit. you could see people want it to catch up, want it to go, but like you said, every bump gets sold. It feels like.
I mean, Nvidia looks fucking so strong. It looks incredibly strong here. This Nvidia 613 now. If you look at the Netflix here, Netflix just broke out, hit fresh highs. So did Nvidia here. So you get another 2-3 points here on the Netflix. I mean, wow. Hello, Sang.
Surprising the Russell and the Dow turn red. I mean, the Russell's almost red already, but those two in particular very easily could be down on the.
And there goes your spy dump here. Hamza is saying hello, Sang from Morocco. Wow.
Morocco. Where
Wow,
the fuck is
man.
Morocco?
I met some girls from Morocco, actually. They were in Puerto Rico. They were at Sanse, bro. It was.
Where's Morocco? What's the surrounding areas? I've heard of Morocco, obviously, but what's around there? Is that
next to
Argentina?
Casablanca, Marrakesh.
It's in
Break out a
Africa.
fucking map.
It's in
You
Africa.
fool. Yes, you
Shit, I didn't know
fool.
that.
It's
How
Northern
am I
Africa.
supposed to know Morocco? I don't know what the fucking surrounding town is in my neighborhood here, let alone Morocco.
This motherfucker.
Alright,
This
not
guy.
working.
Nice SPX dump here. This is what Silvers was talking about. This
Yeah,
is
Kelman
exactly
says
what
it's
Silvers
south
was
of
talking
Philly.
about.
More put action in that Mara.
Just south of Philly. Fucking wow.
Yeah, I haven't been outside the U.S. Too much. I've been to Greece
You
like
think?
15 times. I've been to Cancun, Bahamas. I've been meaning to go to Italy, but I really don't have the patience.
I think this Netflix just crapped out at the highs here. I do think you see like 554. If you see 554, 552, then I'll be interested on the sell here. That Nvidia, the 611 puts, I kind of like it, man. I'm gonna buy some 605 puts, just a one lot to fuck around here. But Silver's called the pullback here on the indexes pretty well. I think he was talking about a level to buy. I don't know, some kind of one standard deviation move he was talking about.
My head hurts.
I know already.
Ranchero,
Yo.
we were talking about the defense names, right? Like you
Yes.
had Lockheed got killed, the
Yep.
other one did well. Look at General Dynamics today. GD.
What are they doing?
Complete opposite.
Yeah, I mean, who's got the death ray?
That's what it's
Maybe.
coming down to here, right?
John Smith is calling for 485, 480 on Nvidia today. Big call from Mr. John Smith.
Who's got the uranium tipped missiles?
Break out the death ray.
I mean, this GD, I think the GD looks the best out of all of them. I've been saying that for a while.
Hybrid athlete. Why is Lucci trading a small account? Well, that's because Lucci got his ass kicked. That's why.
Lucci has
no,
a
he meant
reputation of the small
he meant
accounts.
he meant 585. He meant 585.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Looks like GD came out with some really nice numbers there.
GD General Dynamics was that this that was this morning? Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah. Wow.
Boeing, you see what happened there, Luch? The
Yeah.
the wheel of the nose rolled off
Yeah.
down the hill. What the fuck? You can't make these stories up on this.
Short-term trading is saying sell some call spreads on NVIDIA.
Take
I like
advantage
that.
of that juice, right?
I like that idea. What are you getting for premium here, and which lines are
Oh,
you
you're
going?
getting tons of premium, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would imagine here you get some fat premium.
Yeah.
John Smith is saying squeezes over on this NVIDIA, in his opinion. What else we got? Tyler here saying I'm going to fade John Smith NVIDIA play and stay long.
I mean, flow-wise, I'm seeing absolutely nothing. That's probably the best, because yesterday, even the stuff I played off action, I scuffed myself up and went nowhere. So probably better off I see nothing here. Some of the sentiment indicators updating here. Anti-VIX still scorched, obviously. And a squeezometer did an update yet.
Okay, you got that quick pops by here.
STNG. That's that shipper. Been buying all last year. Some more buying, repeat buying STNG. Really good looking name. But kind of that rally's
Shippity.
already hatched. Stinger.
Shippity doo dah. Shippity doo dah. Netflix here, you're finally starting to see a pullback, which we were talking about there.
New highs
Again.
on STNG, by the way. That CEO, you would love him, Lucci. He buys calls instead
Oh,
of
yeah?
stock. Yeah.
Oh,
What were you saying now? Which stock were you talking about just now?
I was talking about that Netflix here pulling back a little bit.
Oh, pulling back. What's the high? You think maybe the Netflix kind of chops around a little bit and then makes another run? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I could totally see that happening. ASML, somebody's telling me to look at it. It looks like blah. Warrior Eddie is saying, gang, what was the Ranchero trade he just took? The 25 lauder?
Microsoft 405s, $1.70.
Microsoft 405s, $1.70 here. SPY coming back already to 487. Let's see if we retrace it. NVIDIA already at highs. No surprise.
PayPal, some more put selling there ahead of earnings. Amazon, more March calls. Intel,
on
they
the
report
Amazon
tomorrow after the close. Intel.
Amazon FYI next, you got earnings on Feb 1, and the next area I'm looking to roll up on is at 166.
You got a repeat bull bet crowd, March 320s. Caught a couple bombs about a week ago again.
Please don't say that name anymore.
Fucking ridiculous. They don't report till March, too. You got a little bit of time. That stock's been on a tear. Jesus Christ, that's new highs again.
Let that one run away.
Run away. The gel stocks are pushing again. Why have these gel stocks been hot? Usually, these gel stocks are usually an election play. I don't think they benefit. Do they benefit on Trump getting elected? No, I think they don't benefit on Trump getting elected. I don't know. Anyway, GEO, GEO, and CXW. Been some really nice looking flow in the GEO. CXW's been cheaper buying. Those are those jail REITs. think your boy from The Big Short had a position. I don't know if he still has in Geo. I think it is.
Boy from The Big Short.
You know, the guy everybody follows on Twitter, and then he erases his account, and then he comes back on, makes a bad call, and then erases his account. Then comes back on, says he's shorting everything. He's wrong, erases his account. And everybody watches The Big Short, gets gassed up on him, takes his next call, loses all the money, erases the account. That guy. They do processing. So what do you mean processing? Processing for jails? What does that mean? What's processing?
Jay, you've been processed before. Don't pretend like you don't know what that means.
That's the paperwork for the jail, he means?
Your
The software?
mugshot, all the paperwork.
Mugshot? So the jails
Fingerprints,
outsource that to
cavity
a company they do for
search.
the jails? Yeah, but this is a REIT. I thought they owned the property of the jails. So they do the processing? I didn't know that. Owns and operates partnership correctional detention and residential reentry facilities. Yeah. I thought maybe they like a real estate play or some shit. Anyway, the stocks have been bullish of late.
I can't buy those things, man. For-profit prisons, even if it's a REIT, like, get the fuck out of here with that. Talk about corruption. That might as well be that might be an arm of freaking Beijing. That whole industry.
Yeah. Some heading in the Sting. They report on the 15th, by the way. STNG. You got repeat buying again.
John Smith is talking about BTC. What's happening in BTC? Let's take a look at this BTC 39.9. Oh,
Up,
yeah.
down. What's that?
Yeah, no, it's not doing anything. He just hasn't seen it in a while. I like the dip buy on coin. I think you're in a big range, and I like the dip buy. I'm going to get back in SPY here with a little bit more pizzazz. Let's see if this thing's got it's got 487.5 in it.
Take profits. Adobe is a long-term holding for me. I have equity, so I'm in there with you.
NVIDIA 616, folks, and still going. AMD almost at highs. If you take a look at the Netflix here, it just kind of stalled out, not doing anything. So just wait for some of these premiums to come off. Apple here is bouncing as well. Okay. We have about 15 minutes left, guys.
This is hysterical. You want to hear something funny? Degenerates.
Always.
Maybe I could be wrong, so I don't want to make fun of degenerates if it's
Please.
not the
Please
case.
do.
But
We
the
are
Trump
degen-
stocks have been hot, right? DWAC,
Yeah.
Rumble. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember yesterday we were talking about that Getter. Getter's
Which one is
that
that?
other site. That's Bannon's social site. Steve Bannon. So I don't
Oh.
think they're publicly traded, but there's a symbol Getter out there. I think it's a transportation name that they're running today. I don't know. Again, I don't know if there's confusion or maybe this Getter transportation name.
So this is Get Around. So this is like a lift or something, or is this like a
apparently. Have
Getter?
you heard of this Get Around?
I've never heard of this.
Maybe
take a look
it's
at
running
this.
based off Get Around news. Secures $20 million in financing. That could be it, maybe. I thought they were confusing the symbols, thinking they were running a getter. Get around. Look at
Local
the stock.
car. Yeah. Unlock the car with your app. So it's kind of like a, what's the word for these platforms again? What was the usual one that we all use when you rented a car and you just walked up to it and scanned it? What was that called? I forgot. What was the name of it? I don't know.
I don't
Anyways,
use it.
Turo. Well, it wasn't Turo. It was another. It was another one. It was a different one. But Turo no está aquí en Puerto Rico, ¿verdad? Raúl. Hertz Zip Car.
Zip car.
Zippity doo dah. Zip Car. Zip Car was it. That was it. Spy hit some highs here. Didn't really hit the level that I was looking for, but still looks okay. Amazon, Google, everything just slowly working its way higher. Let's see if we get to half. If we get 487.5, I'm going to come out of some of these SPXs.
You got Oracle seeing some bull flow this morning. They don't report till March, Oracle.
Where is that Netflix? So if you take a look at that Netflix now, it looks a lot more interesting. I'm going to cover a couple of the SPXs here. If we take a look at that Netflix now, trading 553. So it's a good area to start taking a look. But if you really look at these options, like 555s, let's say, all right, you got $7 here. They're pricing it to go to 562 already. So you'd have to bid this and say we're going back to highs. Now, considering market looks strong, money's clearly still here in Nvidia and all this other shit. You know, I don't think it's a bad call. You ain't gonna get like crazy paid though. That's the other part of it, right? So even if you get your, let's say you get the high, right? Let's say you get the 10 points, you'll make $4 on the option, maybe. But I do like it. You know what I like better? Just selling the puts here. I like that way better. Way better. Way better.
You got some repeat buying in the Beast NOW service now. ServiceNow reports at the bell today, February 2nd, 775s. So you got NOW earnings today at the close. New highs, NOW. Microsoft just surpassed a $3 trillion market cap. Bitcoin, fear, greed, down below neutral.
Got a call from Virginia.
Silence your ringer.
Virginia, uh-oh.
Do you know how to silence your ringer, Jay?
You hit the side volume button. When it rings, it stops, right?
Give it a whirl.
Or you just keep pressing it lower and then it goes on mute, I think. You thought you kept me there, right? You thought I wasn't tech savvy enough.
Well, I wanted to see. I'm just checking. It's a heat check.
John Smith on the Apple dip buy here. That's looking pretty good. Netflix here curling back up. Nice program down on SPY. Apple weak. Nvidia, the new Tesla.
Huh?
I don't know, man. You might see Apple fly back into the mix as more people just start to forget about short positions.
Roblox, lottos. Roblox weekly 43 lottos.
ECB reportedly asking some lenders to monitor social media to detect bank runs.
Bank
According to
runs.
sources there, ECB looking at social media regulation for potential bank runs.
What the fuck is that all about?
He's trying to scare everybody. Nice rinse in Microsoft. So VWAP on Microsoft is also a 50% retracement for the move, but this is not a bad place to consider re-engagement on dips.
ECB story saying regulators also looking at lenders' individual deposit bases.
Mm-hmm.
ASML up $63. That's a nice move, man.
Yeah, that's such a underrated stock, that ASML.
I mean, John Smith, you're sitting on a nice one on that Apple. That looks good. The Netflix here already curled back up, and actually, you got a 750 option up to about $9 already. Man, again. You guys can tell, like I'm late. I'm still late.
2000 and late.
I'm still late. I'm still late and I'm slow. Pins down small. $619 Nvidia. I think we're going way higher here. This Nvidia could hit 625. What's stopping any of this?
Nothing.
You know, there's nothing stopping this.
I I mean, do you have any? Again, what it be temporary anyhow, right? Chip stocks report or numbers. Maybe there's some selling initially. What they're not going to buy the Nvidia selling off some earnings weakness somewhere else. You got the Fed and Yellen next week, the week after. That's the only real roadblock, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a roadblock. It could be the complete opposite. You got the PCE. When's that? The end of this week, but I don't see how that could be bearish. Inflation's cratering. Who knows? Who knows?
Meta's up 8 now.
Saying that too, yes.
This is incredible. This is unreal. Spotify, another one, 52-week highs.
Now, you want to think of the late 90s? Think of this run, right? They extend a bit more, split 2 for 1, and then do it all over again. Split again, 2 for 1, and then do it all over again. Okay?
Those were good times.
So anybody tells you, oh, this is just like the 90s. It's nowhere near the 90s. I know people that started off with pikers with 100 shares of a blue chip name like a Meta Nvidia and ended up with 5,000 into the highs without adding a dollar to it.
Those were good days.
Crazy. Yeah, right. If this is the 90s, we're just getting started. And every 3-4 months, there would be a correction where these big guys would correct 30-40% off the highs. Every 3-4 months. Shake people out, and then right back to new highs. Announce a split, go higher.
This ain't stopping. This ain't stopping. Christian, what's the stream? Is it a free stream that anybody can watch, or what's the story there? Highs of day today are around probably another 2-3 handles from here. Yeah, Netflix got bought. That was a good dip buy, man. I didn't do it. I thought I was going to have more time. Kind of heard it.
Looks like some bull flow in Spotify. That's POT. April 220s.
About a minute to the weekly DOE data. Crude expected minus 1.5 million barrels. Gas expected plus 1.5 million. It distillate expected minus 1 million barrels.
We've got about a minute left here, Luch. 30 seconds.
Ah, got you. Guys, we're going to roll over to the regular room. Send me the link for the Top Step stream. I'd like to watch. Apple here, fresh highs, nice trade. John Smith, most
Microsoft
stuff.
back up.
Yep. Meta, it's all. Fucking A.
The DOE data in just a few seconds.
All right, guys, we will see you over in the Steam room. If you're not already in, you guys see what to do on your screen. and we'll see you in there.
2.01
Have a great day,
million
guys.
barrels. Distillates down 1.42 million.